Unlock the Stoic secrets to a life filled with joy and fulfillment. In this transformative journey, we'll delve into the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, unveiling practical steps to discover true happiness. Get ready to embrace gratitude, live in the present, and embark on a path to joyful living like never before. Is happiness an elusive concept? Can we truly find fulfillment in our lives? These are questions that have puzzled philosophers, scholars, and thinkers throughout the ages. Today we turn to one of the world's oldest philosophical systems for some answers: Stoicism. Stoicism, a philosophy that originated in ancient Greece, offers a unique perspective on happiness and fulfillment. According to the Stoics, true happiness doesn't come from external circumstances or material possessions. Instead, it springs from within, from the way we perceive and respond to the world around us. Our purpose in this video is to delve into this Stoic perspective on happiness. We will guide you through 10 actionable steps to cultivate a sense of fulfillment and joy in your life, based on Stoic principles. These principles are not mere theoretical concepts, but practical tools that can be applied in our daily lives. These are the secrets to joyful living that the Stoics discovered over 2,000 years ago, and they are as relevant today as they were then. We'll begin by exploring the Stoic art of embracing the present moment, and how it can free us from the anxieties of the past and the future. From there, we'll move on to the practice of gratitude, a powerful tool that can transform our perception of the world. We'll also delve into the Stoic understanding of control and how accepting what we cannot change can lead to serenity and peace of mind. Along the way, we'll touch upon the importance of seeking wisdom, valuing inner riches over material wealth, and cultivating resilience. We'll discuss the role of mindfulness in Stoic philosophy, as well as the Stoic teachings on change, forgiveness, and living according to nature. So, whether you're new to Stoicism or a seasoned practitioner, or simply someone seeking a deeper sense of fulfillment in life, this video offers a roadmap to a more joyful, peaceful, and meaningful existence. Prepare to embark on a journey towards understanding and achieving true happiness. Scene script. Step 1. Embrace the present moment. Imagine a still pond. Its surface is glassy, and the only movement comes from the gentle ripple of a single leaf falling onto it. This is the present moment. It's here, now, and it's the only time we truly have. The past is nothing more than a collection of ripples that have come and gone, and the future is the potential for new ripples. But right now, in this moment, we have the ability to experience life as it is, unfiltered and unaltered by our worries or regrets. Stoics understood this. They recognized that our minds often drift to the past, retracing old paths of regret and nostalgia, or they leap to the future, spinning webs of worry and anticipation. But these mental journeys take us away from the present moment, the only place where we can genuinely experience happiness. Stoics believe that happiness is not something to be pursued or chased. It's not hidden in the past or waiting in the future. It's here, in the now. So, how do we embrace the present moment? First, we need to be aware of our thoughts. When we notice our mind wandering to the past or the future, we gently bring it back to the now. We observe the world around us, engage with our senses, and focus on our actions. This is not about ignoring the past or the future, it's about choosing to live where life is happening right now. Second, we need to accept the present moment for what it is, without judgment or resistance. This doesn't mean we can't strive for change or improvement, but it means acknowledging the reality of now. It's about saying, "This is where I am, and it's okay." By doing this, we free ourselves from the chains of regret and worry. We allow ourselves to find joy and contentment in the simple act of being. We learn to appreciate the beauty of the ordinary and the everyday. By embracing the present moment, you open yourself to experiencing happiness right now. Scene script. Step 2. Practice gratitude. The Stoic philosophers held gratitude in high regard. They believed that acknowledging the good in our lives is a direct path to happiness. This practice is not about ignoring life's challenges, but rather, it's about focusing on the positives, which often outnumber the negatives. Gratitude helps us to realize how much we already have. It shifts our attention away from what we lack, and towards the bounty that already exists in our lives. This shift in perspective is a powerful tool in nurturing contentment and joy. Now you may be wondering, how can one cultivate a habit of gratitude? It's simpler than you might imagine. Begin by setting aside a few moments each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for. This could be anything from the love of your family to the roof over your head or even the beauty of the setting sun. It's not about the grandeur of what we're grateful for, but rather the recognition of the good in our lives. Keeping a gratitude journal is another practical way to practice gratitude. Each night before you go to bed, jot down 3 things you were grateful for that day. They can be simple things like a good meal, a kind gesture from a stranger, or even a moment of peace amidst a busy day. And remember, gratitude is not just about acknowledging what you have, but also about appreciating the people in your life. Make it a habit to express your gratitude to others. A simple thank you can go a long way in spreading positivity and making someone else's day a little bit brighter. As you consciously practice gratitude, you will begin to notice a shift in your perspective. You'll start focusing more on the good in your life and less on your problems. This shift will lead to increased happiness and overall well-being. Gratitude, like any other habit, takes time to cultivate. But with consistency and patience, it can become a natural part of your life, filling your days with joy and contentment. Remember, a grateful heart is a magnet for happiness. Step 3. Accept what you cannot control. This statement, straightforward as it may seem, holds a profound truth that forms the bedrock of Stoic philosophy. Let's dive in and explore this principle further. Picture a river, flowing endlessly, unperturbed by the rocks and boulders in its path. Just as the river doesn't attempt to move the boulders, but instead finds its way around them, so too must we learn to navigate around the obstacles in our lives that we cannot control. This is the essence of acceptance. Yet many of us, in our quest for control, become entangled in the web of our own expectations. We spend countless hours, days, even years, trying to alter situations beyond our control. And in the process, we lose sight of our inner peace and happiness. The Stoic perspective encourages us to recognize this futile struggle, and instead, focus our energy on what we can control: our actions, reactions, and attitudes. Imagine the liberation that comes with knowing that your happiness isn't tied to external circumstances, but to your inner state of mind. Applying this principle in our daily lives may seem challenging, but it's not unattainable. Start by identifying areas in your life where you feel most out of control. Is it a demanding job, a strained relationship, or perhaps an unexpected health issue? Once you've identified these areas, ask yourself, what aspects of this situation can I not control? And what aspects can I control? For the parts you cannot control, practice acceptance. This doesn't mean resigning yourself to a poor situation, but rather acknowledging it for what it is and not allowing it to dictate your happiness. For the parts you can control, take action. Even small steps can make a big difference. Remember, life isn't about avoiding the storm, but learning how to dance in the rain. Acceptance is the key that unlocks the door to inner tranquility and happiness. It allows us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. Acceptance isn't defeat, it is the path to tranquility and happiness. Embrace it and watch as your life transforms into a joyful journey. Scene script. Step 4. Seek wisdom. In the world of Stoic philosophy, wisdom isn't just a virtue, it's the cardinal virtue, the one from which all others spring forth. But what does it mean to seek wisdom? It's not about acquiring facts or information. Rather, it's a lifelong pursuit of understanding, of discerning the true nature of things, of learning how to navigate life with grace, courage, and tranquility. Stoics believed that wisdom was the key to personal growth and ultimately to happiness. It's about more than just learning, it's about applying that knowledge to our lives, making better decisions and becoming better people. This is why Stoics place so much value on wisdom and learning. Imagine wisdom as a compass, guiding us through the complexities and uncertainties of life. It helps us make sense of the world around us, enabling us to make decisions that align with our values and principles. When we seek wisdom, we're not just seeking knowledge. We're seeking a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. How then do we seek wisdom? It's a journey that involves continuous learning, curiosity, and introspection. It's about asking questions, challenging assumptions, and constantly striving to broaden our perspectives. It's about learning from our experiences, from our successes and failures, and from the wisdom of others. But seeking wisdom isn't just about personal growth. It's about contributing to the growth of others, too. As we gain wisdom, we can share it, helping others on their own journeys towards understanding and fulfillment. In this way, the pursuit of wisdom becomes a virtuous cycle, fostering growth and happiness not just for ourselves, but for those around us, too. It's important to remember that seeking wisdom isn't a destination, but a journey. It's a lifelong pursuit, one that requires patience, perseverance, and humility. But the rewards of this journey are immense. As we grow in wisdom, we grow in understanding, in empathy, in resilience. And in doing so, we find a deeper, more lasting kind of happiness. Remember, the journey towards wisdom is a journey towards happiness. Scene script. Step 5. Value inner riches over material wealth. In our modern world, it's easy to become trapped in the pursuit of material wealth. It's a sight all too familiar. People chasing after the latest gadgets, the trendiest clothes, the flashiest cars. But the Stoics, wise as they were, saw through this illusion. They recognized that true wealth isn't found in the material world, it's found within. You see, the Stoics believed in the superiority of inner riches, virtue, wisdom. These to them were the ultimate treasures. They understood that material wealth is fleeting, subject to the whims of fortune, but the wealth of the soul, that's eternal, unchanging. It's something that can't be taken away from you, and it's something that truly enriches your life. So how can we shift our focus from materialistic desires to inner growth? The first step is to recognize the temporary nature of material possessions. They come and go, they age, they break, they go out of style, but your inner riches, they're timeless. Next, practice valuing yourself not for what you own, but for who you are. Your worth isn't determined by your bank balance, your job title, or your social status. It's determined by your character, your values, your actions. Finally, invest in your inner growth. Seek wisdom, cultivate virtue, practice empathy and kindness. These are the true riches that will bring you lasting happiness and fulfillment. Remember, it's not about rejecting material wealth altogether. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the fruits of your labor, but don't let them define you. Don't let them control you. Keep your focus on what truly matters, your inner riches. So, let's take a leaf out of the Stoics' book. Let's shift our focus from the external to the internal, from the material to the spiritual, from the fleeting to the eternal. True wealth lies within you, not in your bank account. Scene script. Step 6. Practice mindfulness. In the grand tapestry of Stoic philosophy, mindfulness weaves its threads into every corner, binding the concepts together into a coherent, holistic picture. The Stoics believed that mindfulness, or the practice of being fully present and engaged in the moment, is a pivotal step towards achieving happiness. Why is mindfulness so important? Because it encourages us to exist in the here and now, to fully engage with the present moment. It's about recognizing that the past is unchangeable, and the future is uncertain, and what we truly have is the present. Stoicism teaches us that happiness isn't a destination but a journey, and the journey happens right here, right now. So how can you incorporate mindfulness into your life? It's simpler than you might think. Firstly, take time each day to engage in mindful meditation. This isn't about emptying your mind, but rather about observing your thoughts without judgment. It's giving yourself permission to experience your thoughts and feelings as they are, in the moment. Secondly, practice mindful living. This means being fully present in your daily activities, whether that's eating breakfast, taking a walk, or having a conversation with a friend. It's about engaging all your senses and appreciating the moment for what it is, not for what it could be or what it was. Finally, cultivate mindful attitudes. This involves embracing acceptance and compassion, both for yourself and others. When we approach life with these attitudes, we create a fertile ground for happiness to grow. Remember, mindfulness isn't about achieving a state of eternal bliss. It's about learning to navigate life's ups and downs with grace, resilience, and acceptance. It's about embracing the full spectrum of human experience and finding joy within it, not outside of it. So take a moment today to breathe, to be present, to be mindful. You might just find that the happiness you've been searching for has been here all along, waiting for you in the present moment. Mindfulness is the key to unlocking the happiness that exists in the present moment. Scene script. Step 7. Cultivate resilience. In our pursuit of happiness, we often encounter obstacles and challenges that test our strength and resolve. This is where the Stoic philosophy shines, emphasizing the necessity of resilience. Resilience, in its simplest form, is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to weather the storm, and come out stronger. This is a key ingredient in the recipe for a happy and fulfilling life. Stoics believed that our response to adversity, rather than the adversity itself, determines our happiness. They recognized that life will always throw curveballs, but it's our resilience that allows us to catch them and throw them back. The power to endure and adapt, to rise above, is within us all. Cultivating resilience isn't about denying the existence of difficulties or pretending they don't hurt. Rather, it's about acknowledging these challenges, embracing them as opportunities for growth, and choosing to rise above them. So how can we cultivate resilience in our lives? First, we need to understand that resilience is not a trait that only some people possess. It's not a genetic gift, but a skill that can be developed and improved. One way to cultivate resilience is through mindful reflection. Reflect on your past experiences, the challenges you've overcome, and the strength it took to do so. This can help you to see that you are stronger than you might think, and that you have the capacity to overcome future adversities. Another way is through the practice of reframing. This involves changing our perspective on negative situations, viewing them not as insurmountable obstacles but as opportunities for growth and learning. Finally, resilience can be nurtured through self-care and maintaining a healthy balance in life. This includes taking care of your physical health, nurturing positive relationships, and making time for activities you enjoy. Remember, resilience isn't a destination but a journey. It's a continual process of growth and adaptation. And just like any journey, there will be bumps along the way, but with resilience we can navigate these bumps and find happiness in the journey itself. Resilience isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving in the face of adversity. Scene script. Step 8. Embrace change. In the grand scheme of life, change is the only constant. The world around us is in constant flux, seasons change, stars move, and even the most seemingly solid mountains are worn down by the passage of time. As we journey through life, change is inevitable, yet it is often met with resistance. Why? Because change is unknown, and the unknown can be scary. But the Stoic philosophy encourages us to not only accept change, but to embrace it. Stoics believed in living in harmony with the rhythm of life, accepting the natural flow of events. They viewed change not as a disruption but rather an essential part of the cosmic dance. Embracing change, in the Stoic sense, means accepting the impermanence of everything around us and finding serenity in that acceptance. So, how can one become more comfortable with change? Firstly, reassess your perspective on change. Recognize that change is not inherently good or bad, it simply is. It's our response to change that gives it a positive or negative charge. By shifting our perspective, we can see change as an opportunity for growth, rather than a threat. Secondly, practice detachment. When we attach ourselves too deeply to things, people, or outcomes, we set ourselves up for disappointment when change occurs. Detachment doesn't mean not caring, but rather, it means caring for things in a way that recognizes their impermanence. Finally, cultivate resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from change and adversity. It's about bending like a willow in the wind, rather than standing rigid like an oak. By developing resilience, we can navigate the waves of change with grace and poise. Change is a part of life. It's the process through which we evolve, grow, and learn. It brings with it new opportunities, new experiences, and new perspectives. By embracing change, we open ourselves up to the full spectrum of life's experiences. Change is inevitable. Embrace it and you embrace happiness. Scene script. Step 9. Practice forgiveness. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, forgiveness holds an esteemed position. It is seen as a powerful tool that can aid in the journey towards tranquility and happiness. Stoics believe that holding on to anger and resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. In essence, the one who harbors resentment is the one who is truly harmed. So, how can we incorporate this ancient wisdom into our lives? Let's delve into some practical steps. First off, understand that forgiveness is a choice, not a feeling. It's a conscious decision to let go of resentment and thoughts of revenge. This doesn't mean that you're forgetting what happened or excusing the wrong. Instead, you're choosing to not let these past events control your present and future. Secondly, try to see things from the other person's perspective. Stoicism teaches us that people act based on their understanding of the world. They're doing what they think is right, based on their knowledge and experiences. This doesn't excuse their actions, but it can help you understand why they did what they did, fostering empathy and encouraging forgiveness. Thirdly, practice detachment. Stoics believed that we should not let our emotions rule us. When we detach from our emotions, we can look at the situation objectively, which can lead us to forgiveness. Lastly, remember that forgiveness is a process. It's not a one-time event, but a journey. It's okay if you can't forgive right away. What matters is that you're making progress, however slow it may be. By practicing forgiveness, we free ourselves from the burden of resentment and open our hearts to the joy of the present moment. It's a step towards finding our inner peace and happiness. In conclusion, practicing forgiveness is not about condoning wrongdoings or forgetting the past. It's about liberating ourselves from the clutches of resentment and bitterness that we might find peace and happiness within our own hearts. Forgiveness is the key to releasing past hurts and embracing future happiness. Step 10. Live according to nature. Living in harmony with nature is a fundamental principle of Stoicism. It's not just about the physical world around us, but it also refers to the nature of human beings, our inherent characteristics, and our place in the universe. It's about recognizing that we are part of a larger system, interconnected, and not the center of it all. The Stoics believed that living according to nature means living a life of virtue, reason, and community, as these are the natural qualities of humans. It's about understanding that we are rational beings, capable of distinguishing between good and evil, right and wrong, and choosing to act accordingly. This, in turn, leads to a sense of fulfillment and happiness. So, how can we apply this principle in our lives? Well, it begins with self-awareness. Reflect on your actions, your decisions. Are they driven by reason or by fleeting emotions? Strive to make decisions based on reason, the most natural attribute of humans, and not on fleeting volatile emotions. This will lead to a more balanced life, aligned with your true nature. Next, embrace your role in the community. We are social creatures by nature. We thrive in communities, in relationships, so engage in activities that foster community and social interaction. Volunteer your time, share your knowledge, or simply lend a listening ear to someone in need. These actions not only bring a sense of fulfillment but also strengthen the bond within the community. Lastly, respect the physical world around you. The Stoics believed that the universe is a rational and ordered system. So, live sustainably, consume responsibly, and show gratitude for the natural resources that sustain us. This respect for nature not only preserves the environment but also provides a sense of peace and contentment. Remember, living according to nature is not about surrendering to fate or denying emotions. It's about understanding our place in the grand scheme of things, acting with reason, and fostering a sense of community. Living according to nature allows us to align with the rhythm of life and find lasting happiness. We've explored the 10 steps to finding happiness according to Stoic philosophy. Let's take a moment to reflect on them, shall we? First, we learned about the pursuit of happiness and how it is a personal journey. It's not about what others have or what society deems successful, but rather finding what brings us fulfillment and joy. Next, we discussed the importance of embracing the present moment. By living in the now, we free ourselves from the shackles of past regrets and future anxieties and find peace in the present. Our third step was practicing gratitude. By acknowledging and appreciating the good in our lives, we cultivate a positive mindset that opens the door to joy and contentment. In the fourth step, we tackled acceptance of what we cannot control. The world is full of uncertainties, and by focusing on what we can change, we free ourselves from needless stress and worry. The fifth step led us to seek wisdom. By constantly learning and growing, we enrich our minds, broaden our perspectives, and find fulfillment in knowledge. We then explored the concept of valuing inner riches over material wealth. True happiness comes from within, not from possessions or status. Our seventh step was practicing mindfulness. By being fully aware and present in our actions and thoughts, we can cultivate a peaceful mind and live more authentically. In the eighth step, we focused on cultivating resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, and by developing resilience, we can navigate these challenges with grace and fortitude. The ninth step urged us to embrace change. Change is a natural part of life, and by accepting it, we can adapt and grow. Our 10th and final step was practicing forgiveness. By letting go of anger and resentment, we free our hearts and minds, allowing for inner peace and happiness. Remember, happiness isn't a destination, it's a journey. And with these 10 steps, you have the map. Now, go and find your happiness. Thank you for joining us on this Stoic journey to happiness. If you found value in our exploration, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with those seeking a more joyful life. Remember, happiness is not just a destination but a way of living. Stay tuned for more insights and practical wisdom. Until next time, live joyfully and stay stoic.